these are tweezers. They're anti-static. Yeah, anti-static tweezers, and I use a lot of tweezers for work. So this will be something that I'll probably actually just have in work all the time, providing they're an actual come to the right point. So I'm thinking that this might be the first time I've used these as a Parkside thing. So what I'm looking for in this, oh right, well, they're not the best of quality. Those tweezers those edges don't match up. Ah, but wait, or is it meant to be this is thick and then this is thin? It doesn't necessarily tell me what each one does. The one time that you want an instruction manual from Parkside. So let's just have a little look. Alright, so there's sizes. So let's go for, right, so the one angled ones, yeah, they are off center, they're not coming to a precise point, which for me might not be that useful. Oh, they're big bill nose ones, alright, well, yeah, I've probably got a thing that I could use these for. Yeah, it all depends. If they're useful for work, I'll probably sort of say to them I bought them for them. Alright, okay, so is this, oh yeah, they're twisted. Yeah, I need to probably show these under a microscope, because I don't think you're gonna be able to actually see these really well. But not massively impressed with it at the minute. So these are obviously a bullnose style. Did they actually say something on it? They've got LAN, maybe? No, that's the same writing on it. So these are coming to the points. These are not angled ones, bit thicker. Yeah, these might be a bit too thick for work. Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason where the sizes are coming from. Yeah, they've not got precision, I don't think. Might be useful for certain bits. Yeah, things. Alright, actually this is actually quite good. It's got a little band so that you can actually hold it in place, certain things. But let's just check the other one, whether they're also as precise. I'll still use them, I'll still find a use for them, but that's a bit disappointing. I was thinking, oh wow, I found an excellent bargain, because yeah, that's also still got a slight bend to it. Yeah, they're not perfect. I'm just wondering whether I could actually, at the price, I think they were about a £5 for the set. So at that price, whether I think I'd be willing to try and see if I can actually make them better. Yeah, it does grip, but there's a slight curve to them at the very tip, and I know you're not maybe able to see them there, so that's why I'll take them into work and put them under the microscope. It might just be a standard optical microscope as opposed to an electron microscope, but it'll be a microscope. So I wouldn't return them. I think there'd still be a little bit of use. Warning. So I talked about getting the Parkside tweezer kit, anti-static tweezers. Not being completely happy with the finish. So these ones are actually probably the better of the pair, or better of the 10 kits. So I'm just about to take it over to the optical microscope to actually have a look to see what I can see about these. As I say, the build nose ones seem okay, but the ones that come to a point, a little bit less so. So let's pop over to have a look at it under the microscope. So the first thing that I want to see was the little symbol here. And so we've got two W's and a small s at the side. I'm not sure where that's coming from, if it is to do with the material or to do with the company that has produced it for Parkside. So this is number 1 on it. Let me just do it here. And I'm assuming this is the same material, but actually, just out of interest, we can actually see, maybe if I just go up, we can maybe see how these are actually made. So you can see it's been probably, I'm assuming laser etched, but actually there is some form of deposit around it. Is that actually a burn mark? So maybe it's a laser sliced on it. I'm not necessarily sure. But let's have a look at the other side now. So let me just zoom out. Okay, so right, so what we can see is, notice how they don't actually match the two tips. That's quite annoying for myself, because I want to have it as a thin point. Now if I just hold it here, we can sort of see the grooves on it. It's button nose on one side, it comes to a smaller point at the other. Also, the other bit that might not be necessarily ideal, and this might be just down to me expecting a bit more than I'd expect, is you can see just at this bit here, it's a little bit polished down. So that was the crossover ones, and they do actually have this slight indent. I'm not sure if that is for like holding it with a finger, might be nice as a bit of support. So if I just take another one of them, so these are the bill nose ones, which these are the number 2, and these are probably the ones that I think are probably the better ones, but they do come to a point that's quite good. They're quite evenly done. Just going to look at the other side as well. Right, so you can see that there's still some of the black part on it. I doubt that that's going to affect the performance at all. Let's have a look at each individual side now. That's quite even compared to that side as well, but whether that's going to catch stuff at the bottom. So if I just, yeah, there is a little lip on it, so probably I would want to grind these a little bit more. These are number 3. Again, right, okay, now this is an annoying thing. It comes down flat here, but notice that actually at the tips, they are not actually coming to a point. So if I turn it the other way, maybe a bit easier to see, you can see this one is the thicker one, this one is the thinner one, but again they're not matching. If I just look at individual side, oh right, so this one has got a curve, flat edge to curve, flip it over, is that flat edge? Yeah, see how that bends down ever so slightly. So not exactly happy with that. Okay, so let's see, and we are now on to number 5. 4 is probably out at the other side. Okay, so let's have a little look at these. These are angled bill nose. Okay. Again, these are quite alright. So yeah, see how it doesn't match perfectly, but if I turn them the other way, it might be a bit easier. But for me, it does actually at least clip down at the top. It doesn't, however, clip down at the middle. It's just at the very fine point. So for let me jump to these guys who are a little bit different. 9. They are the spades. So what's nice about these ones, okay, so well, you can see actually that they have got grooves on these on the inside. Personally, I might prefer them a bit flatter. So again, I might just sand it, but see how there's a little bit of rubbish at the tip. That's remaining bits of the anti-static coating. Now they do actually have a little plastic band here, which means that if the plastic band gets moved further back, it can then hold something in place. So I can actually just set it here and not actually have any pressure on it. Now that could be quite handy if we are actually holding it for any length of time. It would be nice to actually have those on one of the other ones. I might as well just go through these other ones for completeness. Sorry, those were... It was at this point that I actually realised that I nudged the camera across, and that's because the camera was attached to a chair. I then started recording a video again, and this is where we're back. I need to watch where I actually turned these the wrong way. But basically, these are number 6. Notice how the clamping point is here, or probably actually here. Yeah, not here at the tip. So again, if I turn it around, see how it bends in slightly. So not massively a fan of it. Yeah, these are the points that I would most likely want to have. Number 8 are similar points. Let's see how well they come to the end. Oh, these come to the end, but they're a little bit inset in, but that's about 100 microns. But these are probably the best ones actually out of the lot. Yeah. And number 10s. Now I remember checking these. Yeah, so you see the clamping point is at the back, so actually if you put in pressure they open up at the end. No, not very useful. So hopefully I managed to get everything there of the explaining the different parts. I've got to give them a test under an electron microscope and see what the material composition is. So I don't know necessarily what metal it is, it's not given in the actual instructions. I might also see about maybe repolishing them, see if I can get a better quality coming to a nice point. I might also have a look at other tweezers that are more prime cost, and that way we can maybe see if I'm being a little bit harsh on them. But yeah, for now I am gonna stop and go and do my real job.